How's it going, everybody? My name is Absalom, and welcome to part 3 of my All Collectibles series for The Last of Us Part 2. In this video, I'll be covering Chapter 3 and all the collectibles, as well as the items you'll need for different trophies. There's not nearly as many collectibles in this chapter as there was in Chapter 2, so that's a huge relief on my part. So let's get started with the first subchapter called Hillcrest, which has 20 collectibles. Alright, so the first collectible is a trading card, and it can actually be found immediately when the chapter starts. So all you have to do is just turn around and then hop down here where this sunken pickup truck is, and once you bust out the back window, you'll be able to pick up the trading card. The next collectible is just down the street in the laundromat, so if you go through this broken window right here, you can go to the back office over here through this doorway, and the artifact will be on the table or on the desk. Or for the next one, if you turn around and go to the opposite side of the street, there is a clothing store right here. So if you go to the back of the store, there is a hole in the wall behind the counter. Drop down into this basement over here, and you'll find the next collectible, which is the workbench, right here in the corner. And the next collectible, which is Artifact 2, is actually right beside this, and so just turn to the left right here, and on this table, you'll find Artifact number 2. Moving on, you'll have to leave that little area of the town, and then when you drop down this Jeep right here, you'll see this spray-painted sign that says F the WLF, and that is your next journal entry. Now, from looking at that previous sign, then go to the left here, and there's a bookstore. Hop up in here, and you'll find Artifact number 3 sitting on the counter on the backside right here. Alright, for this next collectible, if you leave the bookstore that you were just in and then continue heading the same direction, then there's going to be a puddle right here that you'll be able to climb up on, and then inside of this little bookstore, or little store, I guess, you have to break out the window, and Artifact number 4 will actually be in the middle here on this table. Now for the next one, if you just turn around right here, there is a couple boxes here against the doorway, and you'll find trading card number 2 sitting in that middle box. Now you'll leave that area and you'll find this little puzzle with a dumpster, and so once you climb up here, there's the next workbench that you'll have to jump into this hole, and this is along the main story path, so you won't miss this at all. And it's actually right in front of you, so it shouldn't be too hard to find, but it's right here. And once you're done crafting, you can get the next collectible, which is trading card number 3, over here inside of this bicycle spokes, which is bringing back a lot of memory as a kid. So now let's move on to the next collectible, which is Artifact number 5. So for this one, just head to the room right beside where you're at, and on this desk, you'll find the piece of paper sitting in front of this copier. Alright, once you drop out into the main road, there's a few different stores, and there's a tattoo shop on the left side, so the next artifact, which is Artifact number 6, can be found on this back desk right here. For the next collectible, head to the auto shop, which is in the back left of this town that you're in, and you'll find the safe right here in this on the right side here. The combination is going to be 30, 82, 65. The clue, I won't spoil that for you, but there is a piece of paper somewhere in this town if you feel like solving it yourself. So once you open up that safe, there is actually another thing that you can get from the safe, which is another holster. This is not a collectible, but it is used for one of the trophies. The next thing you want to pick up is another training manual so you can start your upgrades for the different trophies, and this one's a little bit tricky to find, so once you head into the liquor store, you can drop down right here, and then you'll see an opening in the wall, I guess, and you can go ahead and crawl underneath that, and once you get up there, there's a place you can hop up on, and then this will take you to another store entirely, which is a toy store, and you'll find it right here on the ground. So I know it's a little bit tricky, but that's the only way that you can get to this training manual. Alright, the next one is Artifact 7, so heading back out to the street, the store to the left of the liquor store is a gas station kind of place or whatever it is, and just hop back in the kitchen over here and you'll be able to find the artifact on the sink. So once you grab that one, then turn around, and then there's a hole in the wall that actually links to the bar or the saloon or whatever you want to call it right beside here, and then so Artifact 8 is also in the kitchen on this wall right here. Alright, now you're going to progress through a few more areas, and then when you get to this backyard over here, you're going to be able to find trading card number 4 on the back side of this child's playhouse. The next collectible is Artifact number 9, and if you just go into this house right here, you'll be able to find it on the coffee table on this corner. So once you pick up Artifact number 9, the next collectible, Artifact number 10, is actually directly behind you, and for some reason I have no idea how to turn around in this game, so I had to do this a little bit differently, but just turn around and it's actually on this table right here. Alright, moving on to the last collectible for the subchapter Hillcrest. It's actually inside of a neighborhood, and it's going to be filled with about 3 billion people, and so you probably want to kill all of those people first, and then go and loot everything. So once you're ready, the trading card number 5 can be found on the last house on the right. It's the yellow one at the top of the hill, or maybe the crest of the hill, and it's going to be under this bed in the back bedroom. All right, now we're moving on to the second subchapter called Finding Strings, and this is another flashback with Ellie involving Joel and Tommy. So there's only 3 collectibles, the first one being a journal entry, and it's actually at the very, very beginning of the mission. Just come over here to this overlook, and you'll be able to log your journal entry. All right, for trading card number 1, hop over what's clearly not a U-Haul, and then go to the back seat of this car, and inside of that, you'll see trading card number 1 sitting on the seat. Alright, eventually Joel and Ellie will progress to a hotel, and about halfway through this hotel, you'll see room number 107. Go inside and you'll find artifact number 1 on this table, which is the last collectible for this subchapter. All right, now we're moving into the Seraphites, which is probably one of my favorite earlier missions. I think this one's really, really cool, and there's a lot of collectibles. So the first one is trading card number 1, and you can find it in the 7-Eleven at the very start of the mission. Number 2 is artifact number 1, and once you get to the liquor store over here, there's going to be about 4 enemies that you'll have to kill, and on the last enemy, he'll actually drop the artifact. All right, once you leave the liquor store, just head directly across the street and you'll get journal entry number 1 just by interacting with the Feel Her Love blood smear on the wall. All right, trading card number 2, probably the most insane collectible of this whole game. You have to break this window by going upstairs. This is the same building as the Feel Her Love blood stain, it's just upstairs. So break out that window and then break the glass on the right side of that metal pipe. And then there's going to be another piece of glass you need to break right there. So once you do that, now you can go ahead and grab this cable, and then you're going to have to chuck it over the metal pipe and just do it exactly where I am, and it'll be hooked on that little ledge right there. Once it's done this is the next part. You got to jump across and then grab the rope, which is you hold L1 and X to do that. At this point, now you want to swing, and I am absolutely terrible at this, so just ignore me as I just take forever to do this. But once you do, you'll land on this ledge, and then trading card number 2 will be over here on the bench to the right inside of this room. I know, it's absolutely insane, but awesome job, Naughty Dog. I really appreciated this puzzle, and I had a lot of fun trying to figure it out. All right, after that obstacle course, you deserve a break, so artifact 2 is just 3 steps to the left, and it's right here on the floor. All right, now leave that building and you'll head back up the street and you'll see this green dump truck, and there'll be a cat that runs out. That's actually pretty cool lore if you don't know about it. But we're talking about collectibles, not talking about lore. Okay, so climb up on this truck right here and then head up to the roof here, jump across the ledge, and then just once you break the window, there's going to be artifact number 3 on the kitchen table or the center table right here on the right side. Okay, I can tell you guys are still thinking about the cat, so I'm going to go ahead and just give you as a clue, there is a piece of information you might get in this room, and in the same room that the safe is in, so this is actually our next collectible inside of this room right here, but there's also a clue to this cat, and this is the same cat that ran out earlier, so I'll let you go down that rabbit hole and figure that out. But the safe combination is 081083, and once you open it, there is a good bit of ammo. All right, moving on from the safe, if you turn just to your right, the next collectible, which is trading card number 3, can be found inside of this nightstand. All right, next, if you leave that bedroom and go back through the previous room out into the lobby, now you can head all the way down and head to this kitchen area where you're going to find the next collectible, which is workbench number 1. All right, artifact number 4 can be found in this bedroom over here, and you actually have to get the workbench first, and then this room will open up. Just ignore all the dead bodies. It has nothing to do with that. But go ahead and grab it on this TV stand right over here. The next collectible is training manual number 1, and it's actually directly behind you on the bed right here. Moving on, you'll leave that area. When you get to this staircase right here, you'll climb up onto these cement blocks, and once you get to the top one, it'll start journal entry number 2. Now, when you're on top of that cement block and you turn right, you can break this glass panel, and then you'll be able to hop over onto this ledge right here for trading card number 4. Don't fall off like I almost did. And then there's a back window over here, so you can use whatever you want to break that window. And then if you hop up in there, trading card number 4 will be in the far right cabinet right over here. After that, you'll progress a little bit further down the mission, and then you'll eventually get to where there's a bunch of fire right here. And then if you go over to the left over here where this dead body is, you can get journal entry number 3 by interacting with them. Just look for the fire and the bus stop. Next, head across the street to the building with a bunch of pigeons in it, and just go to the second floor. And then once you get up to the second floor, just wrap all the way around, and you're going to find trading card number 5 on the ground right here. All right, for artifact number 5, head to this fire escape. If I remember correctly, there's actually one fire escape ahead of this one, so don't get confused. But just head to this one. You'll know it's the right one when you can go to the 3rd floor, hop in the window, and you'll see artifact number 5 next to this dead body. All right, this next collectible is going to be after the sewers section, so just like progress past all that, and then you'll see Weston's Pharmacy. So once you go in there, trading card number 6 is right here by the counter. And artifact number 6 is just on the other side of the counter right here below the register. All right, the next one is safe number 2, and it's actually just past the register. You'll see this hole in the wall. So if you climb underneath it, safe number 2 is found right here. Now, the combination for this one is 38, 55, and 23. Once you put in there, there's just a few items for loot, but there's no collectibles in the safe. All right, the next collectible is also in this room, and it's workbench number 2, and it's just on the other side of this room, right over here. So this is the second to last collectible, and now we can move on to the final collectible of the Seraphite sub-chapter. So artifact number 7, once you make it to the hospital, you're going to fight off all these enemies, and then eventually you're going to push those crates beside and head up these stairs. Once you get up to the stairs, artifact number 7 can be found in this bedroom over here on this counter. All right, so that's everything for the Seraphite subchapter. Now there's another subchapter called St. Mary's Hospital. Now this one says there's no artifacts or any collectibles at all. However, there is an artifact actually that you can find on this crate right here. But when you pick it up, it just puts it right back down, but it does have the artifact logo. So I'm not sure if this is a glitch or not, but just in case they actually patch this and it starts to count later, just go ahead and pick it up on this subchapter. And that's everything for chapter 3. If you've been following along this series, you should be up to around 144 collectibles and roughly 10 trophy items like the gun holsters and the manuals and stuff like that. So we've got about 7 more chapters to go, and I'll be uploading chapter 4 very, very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Absalom, and I hope to see you in my next video.